These are all the books I'm currently reading. Usually I'm pretty good about just reading one book at a time, but every once in a while I find myself with 5 or 6 books, all of which I'm less than 100 pages into. Usually what happens is I'm waiting for some books to come in at the library, so I start reading a book that I own that I've been wanting to read for a while. That's how I started reading Emma by Jane Austen. This book has been on my currently reading list on Goodreads for probably a few months now. I partially started reading it because I am loving the web series Emma Approved on YouTube, but also, maybe a little bit ironically, since the main character shares the same name as me, this is the only Jane Austen book that I've never finished. But because I own it and don't have to return it to the library in a certain number of days, and because I kind of know how it ends because I've seen multiple versions of the movie, it's definitely taken a backseat to other books that I feel like are a little bit more time sensitive. And then I have a problem where I start a series and then I want to read all the other books in the series, but I have other books I'm already reading. It's so difficult. And that's why I have A Million Suns and Shades of Earth by Beth right now. It's difficult when I check out multiple books from the same series at the same time, because it gets a little daunting. Knowing that I have 2 books that I need to read, even though they're books I really want to read, is even more intimidating than having just 1 book to read. And sometimes just the sheer intimidation of having a full series to read keeps me from reading it, which is silly, really. And then there's Strange and Ever After by Susan Denard. If you haven't read this series yet, what are you waiting for? It is amazing. Anyway, I have been waiting for this book to come out. It just came out last Tuesday, and my library just emailed me last Friday to let me know that they had a copy for me. So I had to pick it up, and I had to start reading it, even though I already had other books that I was currently reading. Because if I passed up this opportunity, who knows how long it would be until the holds list got to me again. And then last up on my currently reading list is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is something that I really struggle with currently reading books, because I know that there are so many new books that I haven't read yet that I need to read and that I want to read. But sometimes I really want to reread the old books that I love. And so a few days ago I thought, man, I'm really in the mood for some Harry Potter, and I picked up the first book, even though I knew I shouldn't because I already had so many other books I was reading. But anyway, that is the story of how I ended up currently reading way too many books. Basically, I've decided that I just really need to prioritize them. For example, like I said, Strange and Ever After has other holds on it at my library because it just came out. And so once I reach the due date, I can't renew it, I can't check it out again, I have to wait until it goes through the whole holds list again and gets back to me. So it's kind of my top priority. And then you have the Across the Universe books, because they also are from the library, and they're also books that I haven't read yet and that I don't know how they end. And then after that, maybe I'll take a break from reading new books so that I can finally finish reading all the Harry Potter books again. And maybe one day I'll finally finish reading Emma. And of course, I have to remind myself that I want to read these books and that I love reading. Sometimes, particularly as a book vlogger or blogger, it can be really easy to get swamped by all the books that you're trying to read. You start to feel a duty that you have to finish these books so that you can recommend them to your viewers or your readers. But kind of like with writing, sometimes I have to step back and just remind myself that this is something I love. Anyway, do any of y'all find yourselves falling into this trap of trying to read too many books at once? Do you prefer to read one book at a time like I normally do, or do you like having multiple books going on at one time? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys this Sunday. We will be talking about writing the endings for your books, and that will perfectly coincide with the ending of season 1 of the WordNerds. Don't worry, we will be back and better than ever with our season 2, and we'll have more news about the hiatus and our return and giveaways and everything that will be going on during our break. So make sure to tune in to that live chat this Sunday, 7:30 Eastern Time. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.